What's going on, guys? Thank you for tuning in to the BS show. I know Steven had just uploaded a video for the Tito Ortiz against Chuck Liddell 3 fight, but I already had a video I wanted to upload, so I wanted to give my 2 cents on the fight. Steven, in a nutshell, pretty much said that the fight was hot garbage and that it just didn't go very well. I completely agree, 100%. I honestly think I would have rather had stick my penis in a meat grinder than watch that fight. It was very sad. Chuck Liddell looked like a baby deer that was just born and could barely stand on its own 2 feet. He looked like a fish out of water. I believe it was an 8-year layoff, really showed, 6 or 8 year layoff. It really showed in this fight. I mean, Chuck Liddell just looked like shit. I don't really know if there's any way you could say it. He needs to retire. He needs to go back to the convalescent home where he lives and just, ride out his remaining years. He looks like his head has taken more of a pounding than Tito Ortiz's wife on a film set. So I really hope he hangs up the gloves and calls it quits. His body can't take it much more damage than it already has for being a brawler and a slugger and a grinded out kind of guy. It definitely is shown. I believe he's 48 years old, which in my opinion is way too old to be fighting. Not that, he doesn't still have love for the sport, but he just, that's where he can really get a lot of significant injuries. On the other hand, Tito Ortiz maybe can continue to fight if he fights other men who are at least 55 years old and have 40 professional fights and lost half of them. He might be able to continue at that pace. But I just wasn't a fan of this from the beginning. Steven and I uploaded a video a few months back when we first heard about this fight, and both of us kind of were making a joke of it, like, come on, we understand you guys want to grab some cash, but for being 2 huge names in MMA historically, and they'll both be Hall of Famers, I just think that this was very poorly done all the way through the promotion. The Pony Boy promotion was poorly done. The press conference was poorly done, and then the fight was just horrendous. I wish nothing but luck to these 2 fighters. I have nothing against them. I'm just a firm believer that once you pass your prime, you shouldn't fight. Not only because now people are going to see you in a new light. Unfortunately for Chuck Liddell, what a great career he had in the UFC, people are going to go to this fight and talk about how horrible he looked. And then the same with Tito Ortiz. People are going to say, not only was your wife a porn star, now you've fought too many, fights that you shouldn't have fought past a certain age. So this fight did not surprise me. I honestly figured the first one to land a big hit would go down. So that's exactly what happened. And so, this rivalry that's been going on since the Civil War, these guys can finally put this at rest. Supposedly, according to Instagram, Tito Ortiz and him made amends. They're cool. And he is officially going to retire for 100% good now that he knocked out Chuck Liddell. So anyways, guys, this was, it was a good weekend. For me, I was down in LA for Thanksgiving. I drove by the Forum. I got to see it. I was really excited for this fight. I don't know why, because I knew what was going to happen. I talked about knowing what was going to happen. And sure enough, exactly what we thought would happen happened. But yet, me being a fight fan, I was still excited for it. So I think what's next for these 2 guys, hang up the gloves, call it quits, open a gym, maybe be a liaison for other fighters or do something. But do not get back in the ring. Anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in. Have a good day, and we'll talk to you later.